Dana White was doing an interview with 60 Minutes, and they were this is so stupid. They asked Dana White about toxic masculinity, like he was going to be an ally or something against toxic man. You're asking a guy who has multiple businesses that deal strictly in people beating the shit out of each other.
The guy who started the fucking slap fight competition shit, like.
So he has UFC.
Yep.
He has slap fight. Mm-hmm. And he's now a boxing promoter. He promoted the Canelo Crawford fight. He was one of the promoters for that. So Dana White has 3 businesses that have all to do with drawing money out of men blasting each other's faces off. And 60 Minutes is going to ask him, do you think there's such a thing as too much masculinity?
I'm going to guess he's going to say no.
You know, that's an interesting take that you have, because I'm on the fence. It would be funny, though, if they were like, do you think masculinity could go too far? And Dana's like, yeah, you know, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And I think I might pull back from a lot of the violence in our sports. I'm not going to allow anyone to punch anyone while they're down in UFC. I think it's crass. And yeah, I think I'm really just going to tone down. I'm going to have everybody wear 16-ounce gloves in boxing and put headgear on. And as far as slap fighting, backhands only, like the French used to do. Because I do think masculinity has gotten too toxic. And thank God I had you here, 60 Minutes, man.
I would have never reached these realizations.
You don't think there's this cultural movement? It's a lot of guys, they call it the manosphere, you're one of the leaders.
You know, you talk about knowing your fan base and knowing who they are.
Who are they?
18 to 34-year-old males and growing. We're global. We are definitely unapologetically masculine.
Good. And it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. There aren't any UFC guys shooting up kids' churches.
Right.
UFC fans aren't blowing Charlie Kirk's throat out. I'm sorry, but these so-called toxic males are pretty much leaving everybody the fuck alone.
The most they're doing is they're saying things that hurt people's feelings, and their general response is, you hurt my feelings. Yeah, so what are you going to do about it? Nothing.
I will.
You're a toxic male.
I will say this about the toxic masculinity thing. The people who are called the toxic males. There's only one thing about them that I fucking can't stand and wish would change. They should have never gotten involved in politics, because they have some of the most retarded bro takes ever. Like, they're really fucking stupid. And there are a lot of the reasons, you know, like the reason the Whatever podcast and Fresh and Fit are a thing is because of these retarded, easily led, walk into every bear trap set in front of them so-called alphas. The only reason Myron Gaines has any fans is because of mentally retarded people who would be called toxic males. Like, the guy's an idiot. He might be as dumb as the Misfit Patriot. I mean, his takes are horse shit, but I don't think the people that like that sort of thing are hurting anybody. They get to be retarded in their own sandbox, which is fine.
And that's kind of more of what Dana White's shit is.
Right.
Like, he's not really pulling people in from outside of again, the combat sports stuff. So I don't really feel like anyone that's in that sphere is going to look at Dana White and these other people like, oh, these masculine people, obviously this is toxic masculinity with the way. No, these people are in favor of this stuff. They're like-minded people.
Right. Like, okay, here's what the toxic masculinity crowd did. They made Joe Rogan really famous, and they mistook retarded weed talk for deep thoughts. And they've kind of made us like dumber.
A lot of people do. I mean, you almost did earlier.
I did 100%. But here's the difference. I knew that everything I was saying was stupid and nobody should consider it seriously. I was, as they say, pulling at a thread. And I needed to see where it goes. When you're pulling a thread out of your shirt, I hope you're not thinking at the same time, boy, I'm doing something really deep. No, I just want to see what happens when I pull the whole thread. That's all.
What unravels.
Yeah.
Can this bubble over to too much? When you hear toxic masculinity,
What's that mean?
you tell me.
No,
Yeah, what? Wait, whoa.
Why should he tell you? This idea, you tell me. No, he doesn't believe in it. He believes that masculinity serves an appropriate place. He's not going to believe that there's such a thing. You're the one who came up with the term.
I love that. Hey, I came up with this term, toxic masculinity. What is that? Well, you tell me. No, I'm not the one who brought up the really dumb thing. That's like a guy taking a shit in his own hand. And you look at the guy and go, tell me why I took a shit in my own hand. No, you're the one who shit in your hand. Fucking you tell me why you did it. Matter of fact, why don't you just leave my house, shit hands? Like, these people, like these media people, create the dumbest fucking narratives and then ask other people to address the dumb narrative they came up with. Like, no, own the dumb thing that you said. Well, do you think any of this could be toxic masculinity? I don't know what that is. What is it? Well, you tell me. I just fucking told you that I don't know. You brought it up. Hey, where do you want to go for dinner tonight? I don't really care where we go for dinner tonight. You just pick a place, tell me, and we'll go there. Well, why don't you tell me what you want? I just fucking did. You brought up dinner. By the way, SP is very good at picking a place to go for dinner, so I don't have that issue.
Oh, that's nice.
But it is a common issue in the world. I know this.
Oh, yeah.
What's the definition of...
See, here's the difference between males and females when they say, I don't care, you pick. When men say, I don't care, you pick, it's literally that. When women say, I don't care, you pick, it's a dare.
I want you to pick the one I'm thinking.
Yeah, I fucking dare you to pick something. Whereas men say, I don't care, you pick, it's just like, I'm going to shovel the same shit food in my mouth no matter where we go. So,
right?
We're cool.
Tell me.
No,
you got burgers?
You just said it. What's the definition of toxic? How can somebody be too masculine? Is that a possibility? Can you be too masculine?
You tell me.
No.
You think so?
The answer is hell no.
I will say this. I don't think the guy asking the question is approaching whatever, threshold there might be for too masculine.
Yeah, he's definitely not one of the people in that category.
No. I just love that idea that you get to pull something out of your ass and then ask someone else to define
if it's a problem.
Right.
Define it.
Hey, define the dumb retarded thing I just said. No, I don't agree with the dumb retarded thing you said. Yeah, but tell me what I meant by it. It's like that people get put in mental insane asylums for less. I want to see if we can get more clips from this. I need to see
from the interview.
Oh yeah, that's the only clip
like
that story had. I need more of this. I need Dana White talking to 60 Minutes. I need more of this clip. Oh, everything. Everybody just has the Dana White.
The masculinity part.
Yeah, the masculinity thing. Ooh, here's the treatment he gets when he goes gambling in Las Vegas. You want to see?
Sure.
How are you guys? Good to see you. Thank you.
Enough of a regular, he's plied with whiskey and a cigar before heading to a private baccarat table.
In this city, nothing is off limits.
Yeah, because he has the kind of money where they do that.
He's a fucking billionaire. You'd better.
You better ply him with like whiskey and tobacco or whatever else he's kind of into that's legally available because you want to keep him coming back. The dude's loaded.
I'll give him a $40 cigar and a $75 glass of whiskey, and in turn, he will dump $500,000 at the casino and not blink an eye. I think this is a good ROI. I mean, yeah, if you got me sitting at a $25 or $50 craps or blackjack table, you're not gonna get more than $200 to $400 out of me on a bad night. So don't give me shit. But this guy. Yeah, I think you can spare a cigar from Monte Cristo and a fucking Pappy Van Winkle glass for this guy to dump shitloads of money. Because, like, how much money is Dana White going to win before he goes, yeah, that's enough money to make a difference, I'll pull out? He's not going to. Guys like Dana White gamble, and they lose 50 grand, and that's how much they spent to be entertained that night.
I lose this 80 grand. I go to the ATM. I get another 80.
How much are we betting here?
400,000.
The 400,000.
Why?
Because these sissies won't give me $1 million a hand.
A few hands in, fortune was not in his corner.
God damn it. Ooh. No bueno.
I don't know baccarat versus blackjack. I don't know the difference.
I don't either, so I have no idea what the deal is.
I've never played baccarat before. It's just a word that sounds old, so I assume old people play it.
All I know is like I'm metaphorically shitting my pants over the fucking $1 million a hand.
He just lost $400,000 and went, ah, shit.
Yeah. Oh, balls.
When he goes to get more money, he's like, hold on, I got to cash out some UFC stock. I'll be right back.
We're down $1,240,000.
You heard right.
So $1,240,000. And they're like, oh, he gets plied with booze and cigars. Yeah, I think they made the right call.
Yeah, of course he does.
If you drop $1 million at this establishment, I mean, think about it. They could fucking buy him, like pick to a guy like him, what would be a shitty new car. You could buy Dana White a Hellcat Challenger and you'd still be up about $900,000. No, probably still $1 million. You'd be up $1 million. You could buy him a Hellcat Challenger and you'd be up $1 million on Dana White.
So far they're all in for like $130 that they've spent on plying him with whiskey and cigars. Or let's assume double that. Let's say they're at $260. They've plied him with a couple cigars and a couple drinks. They're at $260. They've made $1.4 million on that invest. That is an insane return.
Dana, you just go ahead and 10 bar, all right?
He was down $1.2 million.
What's this feeding in you?
I'm a sick guy.
Look at that. Smile plastered on his face.
He's having a great time, even though he just lost $1 million.
Down $1 million. There's buckets of champagne back there. Down $1 million. And he's like, fuck it.
That's the only explanation I can give you.
Not 10 minutes later.
Boom, let's go.
He gets to touch the cards, too. Usually you don't get to touch cards, but you lose.
Well, when you're paying as fucking much as him, I'm amazed they don't ask if he wants to take the table home.
And the dealer.
Well, the wife will have words with that one.
He was cashing out, up $700,000.
Oh, shit.
Holy balls.
Another win for White's instincts.
How are you guys? Good.
Well, that sucks if you're the casino.
Oh man, they really cut that one close to the wire. Another win for White's instincts. Like you cut that a hair sooner.
Another win for White's. Yes, instincts. Fuck. $700,000.
Again, holy shit. So he went 1.4 down, and then he came out with 700,000. So he got all that back plus some.
Yeah.
So that's like a $2.1 million swing.
Leaves up $700,000.
Jesus.
Good for him, man.
Now they've got to be regretting giving him those booze and those cigars. But how often does that happen? I guarantee you that they like him because
he's lost a shitload more than he's won.
Right. So like it's like, ooh, we're cashing in today. We're making some money today. Yay. But then he's gonna go back tomorrow and fucking dump it.
You know what they say. They don't build those buildings because people win. And also, I think this also, maybe I've been listening to too much Sam Cedar and I'm becoming a shit lib. I don't know.
Probably.
I think the fact that we celebrate this stuff though is also kind of crass and
that
gross
he can just
and
fucking
disgusting.
throw money on a table like that.
That's 3 families that could have had a house.
Right.
And he just gambled like that. That casino resort makes.
But that's the argument of capitalism. It's his money. It's not your right to tell him how to spend it. He earned it. He did what he did to make it. That
brings me. Do liberals have a point when they say there shouldn't be billionaires?
But then what do you do when someone starts making that much money? Like again, are we back to the tax thing?
We get back to
tax?
You start going 90% tax rate after a certain amount of income, which encourages them to spend frivolously on other things or donate. You know, you make charity a 100% write-off. You know, you have a certain capital gains tax rate after a certain amount of money. I mean, it is. I mean, do you not think it's unsustainable to have people who can't afford to pay rent, and then another guy is blowing $1.2 million at a casino and smiling about it? Like that's kind of a fucked up.
Oh, that's wholly unsustainable. But we've been on that death spiral for a while, my friend. It's a little late to pull out now.
I'm not saying that either, but here's my thing is you start asking these questions, people go, oh, that's wrong or that's wrong. I'm not saying either of these is right or either of these is wrong. I'm just asking, like, what kind of world do you want to live in? Like, I don't know if I want to live in a world where, like, even if you're a good person and you've got billions of dollars, you've still got the power to seriously fuck with people's lives.
Right.
And all you're doing is pursuing your own interest, but maybe because you have so much money, pursuing your own interest is such a seismic thing that it can really fucking hurt other people.
It could.
That don't have the means to, take legal action or have the means to, get attention for whatever. I don't know. I just don't know if having Peter Thiel's out there is a good thing and Elon Musk's and Bill Gates.
I'm just really glad we've got all these people in government who aren't motivated by money and self-serving needs.
Well, that's
that
just
they would
it.
gladly lock down these rich people because, after all, they've got it. So,
well, they advocate for the rights of these rich people and then try to convince the rest of us that they're doing it for us.
Or they tell you they advocate for the rights of you and then just still advocate for the rights of the rich people when they're in.
Joey Caravello with $2. Where does that put old Joey?
Yeah. Is he in the chair?
He's at 12 now. Oh, yeah, that puts him in the cuck chair. Sorry, Coyote. Sorry, Coyote.
Go,
Joey Caravello is now in the cuck chair at $12. And now Coyote, we got to put Coyote on the list for his 10. $30 away from tomorrow morning's goal. Go ahead and help us hit that. And we'll be good for tomorrow already. You're becoming a liberal Jew from New York City. Uh-oh, that's not good. Chad Buzmak says Aaron only thinks that because he isn't a billionaire. Well, if that's the case, then everybody should think that. Nobody's a billionaire.
Everybody thinks they're going to be the next like McMillionaire or whatever, and that's why they want to protect those people. I think they're going to join it.
You want to read that from Joey Caravello for $2?
Johnny is a smelly coon.
It means raccoon. $1 from Los Federales says, let me get this, Aaron. If he lost, you would be saying, what an idiot, and laugh. But you bitch and question capitalism when he wins. It's not his fault that others are struggling. He worked his ass off. No, that's you're not. You did not address
You're tying
anything.
a lot of things together.
Yeah, you didn't address anything that I said. I just put his win in the perspective of that's houses for 3 families. I didn't say that he's bad for winning $750,000. I also found it fascinating that he could laugh off a $1.2 million loss. I think that's interesting to me. That's all. The gossip about some guy's money and the glee when seeing him pick up a cigar, this whole segment. Oh, he's talking about 60 Minutes. I was going to say, like, we saw the cigar and the booze and we're like, yeah, of course.
Of course they're going to do that.
Of course they're going to do that. Yeah. Tim the Toolman Taylor says Dana will lose more than I paid for my house that I'm paying for with a 30-year mortgage in one hand. Correct.
Yeah.
Chad Buzmak says any laws you put in place to tax the rich, there will always be a way around it and the rich will use it. You know better than that. I know, but the only thing I can think of to get them around that tax is frivolous spending and investment. Which, isn't that the point? We're trying to say
that at least puts the money back into the economy.
Right. These billionaires are just hoarding money either in their bank account or in their company.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not spreading around to the rest of the economy. That's spreading around to their company. And we're trying to encourage that money to get back into the economy. That's what we're trying to do. Like, I'm not trying to get it into the government's hands. If anything, I would say I'll be for the ridiculously high tax rate so that they don't realistically want to give it to the government. So that they'll want to
actually invest in the economy to keep it out of Uncle Sam's hands.
I don't know. We've done both. Like, we've done 90% tax rates and we've done 30% tax rates. And I just want to ask, when were we doing better?
But that's a little bit of a mixed question because we weren't actively killing the accruement of wealth and inherited wealth and like we are now. Like, for example, with homes and stuff, we weren't letting companies own, 300, 400 homes.
Right.
owned by a company, and yet nothing's available for sale in your price range because all of these homes are bought up. The minute they go out, they're like, up, gone.
I don't think it's wrong to call yourself conservative, but also want guardrails on the highway of capitalism so that people can't just viciously fuck over and hurt people just because they have less money than them.